When you know the ball's coming to you and it's a long pass, what do you think about when it's in the air?
Making sure that I'm the one coming down with it, most definitely.
No, no,
Absolutely.
no, come on. When it's in the air, what are you thinking?
Honestly, I'm thinking touchdown. I mean, that's just kind of like what I've been called to do. So I mean, I have to make sure that I'm doing it every week.
And how is Justin helping you with that process?
He's definitely helping me in terms of becoming a better route runner. Putting the ball where it needs to be, and making sure that I'm set in terms of the whole offense. And so yeah,
How different is it from the XFL?
it's a lot more professionalism, but I mean, for the most part, it was pretty much the same thing.
You had a passer or a quarterback that good?
I'm sorry.
You had a quarterback that good?
Yeah, he was pretty good. Landry Jones. Yeah,
Okay.
he was really good. Hmm.
All right. Thanks, Donald.
No problem.
Pop.
Hey Donald, if I told you in the spring while you're in the XFL that your first two NFL catches would both be touchdowns, what would you have said?
I believe it. Not gonna lie, I believe it.
And then just in terms of your blocking, how do you feel like you've improved since you got to the Chargers and through the offseason and then training camp? How do you feel like you've improved as a blocker?
They definitely instilled the importance of it in terms of my career and making sure that I'm taking strides forward. To become a better blocker. Get my name out there as an all around tight end. So this program has definitely helped me out.
And, obviously Hunter Henry, top of the depth chart as a tight end. He's, one of the best all-around tight ends in football, and obviously blocking is a big part of his game. What kind of example does he set in terms of being that two-way tight end that can, not only catch passes but also be a force as a blocker?
He's always instilling in me and Steven and Burge. Just making sure that we're, you know, learning the techniques and making sure that we're always making strides forward in terms of blocking and making sure that we're always working hard at that side of the game as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Joe.
Donald, in the XFL, you work with Stoops, Mummy, and you had Landry as your quarterback. Just how much did that help develop your game? So when you came into the NFL, you had more tools and knowledge.
They definitely helped me out in terms of coverages, making sure that, I'm identifying coverages and playing off of them and making sure that I'm also, winning the one-on-one battles and basically just overall, playing fast and catching the football with those guys.
And then just, I know that XFL season got cut short, but did you think playing in the league maybe gave you an extra benefit coming into camp because you had that work in the spring where other players didn't?
Absolutely. It was always a question of, am I ready for this kind of high speed thing? And, for that league, it was a big step from where I came from, Stetson University. So it was definitely a good experience for me.
Okay, thanks.
Fernando.
Donald, do you feel like during training camp you and Justin were able to create a partnership, and you guys were able to and that's kind of helped you guys now that he's a starter and you've been elevated and now you're playing, and that relationship has grown little by little?
Yeah, we definitely, trust each other. I trust him to make the throw, and he trusts me to make the catch. So we definitely, had a lot of time spent together during the fall. Making sure that we're on getting our timing down as well. Jump balls and whatnot. So we definitely built something in the off season.
With Virgil potentially out for a while, do you feel like you can be that next man that steps up and is able to fill that role for the team?
Absolutely, and that's just it was very unfortunate, but I mean, it's kind of like that's the business side of it. So it's kind of like it happens, but it's never a good thing. But I'm definitely eager to step in that role.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Gilbert.
Hey, Donald, growing up, was basketball your priority over football?
Actually, No, it was not. I focused on football, you know, through middle school and stuff. But I mean, basketball was just kind of the thing I did just because it was fun.
And because you were pretty tall also?
I wasn't always tall. I actually didn't sprout up until about after my sophomore year in high school.
Okay. And when did you realize that, football could be a career for you?
Definitely when I got to Stetson. I want to say like my second year, I was like, I'm making pretty good amount of plays and, doing well. So I just kind of made it a thing in my head that, I want to become that next big thing.
And I think I just read that you only played 1 year of varsity football in high school. Is that correct?
I played, but yeah, I mean, truly gotten, stats and stuff on my senior year in high school. Yeah.
So would you say now with more years gone by, you've kind of a late bloomer and now you feel like you're finally putting it all together? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, most definitely. Yes.
Thank you, Donald.
You're welcome.
Rashawn.
Hey, Donald. In terms of making the transition from the XFL to the NFL, what would you say was the biggest point of emphasis or biggest adjustment you had to make?
Being on the team that I was on in the XFL, the biggest adjustment would be just being a part of the run game. The air raid system with Mummy. So I wasn't really part of the run game, but I mean, that would I would say would be the only big adjustment.
And then you said after your sophomore year, you kind of sprouted up. How tall were you and then like what was the league?
I want to say I went from like 5'10" to like 6'3" in the summer.
Wow.
So yeah, it was pretty
Pretty
good.
good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. All right. Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Joe.
Donald, how much with your success do you think this also brings a little bit more attention to Stetson football, because it's mainly known as a baseball school with Kluber and DeGrom graduating from there?
I definitely think it helps. We have two guys in the league right now, Donald Payne, as well as myself. And so, that kind of just brings back, that thought of, yes, you can make it out of that school, because even though it's a smaller school, you can make it out of it. You just got to, make sure you excel. So that's really how I feel about that.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, sir.
All right, Donald. Appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.
And we will go track down Shane.